Welcome to episode 11 of the Connecticut Wedding Channel. My name is Jim Collins, and I'm the owner of Collins Entertainment. If you're enjoying the content of the show, please subscribe to the Connecticut Wedding Channel on YouTube or find us on Facebook under the same name and ask to join the group. Be sure to share our episodes there as well. Joining us on the show today is wedding filmmaker Greg Kessler from GKESS Films. GKESS Films is a Farmington, Connecticut-based video production company specializing in the art of creating videos that tell a story. Not just any story, your story. As video storytellers, they seek to connect you with your target audience through the use of creative and compelling visual tales that evoke the viewer's raw emotions and make them more than just simple spectators. Greg, thanks so much for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having me on the channel, Jim.
Absolutely. So you and I worked a wedding recently with Kevin and Lindsay, and this is a beautiful wedding reception with lots of special moments created. Let's take a look at that. Hey, Greg, if you would too, please, walk us through this event we did together and in your experience filming it.
Sure. So this is sort of a documentary style of starting out with the bride as she gets ready. This is more of a longer process for her to get ready with her bridesmaids. So I'm just capturing little details of where the location's at. Getting a few cinematic slow motion. I got a little slider that adds a little motion to the camera. Getting some makeup here. Just getting the bride in her emotion, because she's not going to really remember most of this time. A few moments, but I'm just trying to capture as much as I can. Here we are with the groomsmen at one of the hotels in the area. Getting them looking at some gifts here. Getting ready as well.
That's a good point, Greg. You mentioned that they're not going to really remember some of these details. And if you don't get it captured on video, that is so true. If we didn't have video for our wedding, we never would have remembered some of the things that happened throughout the evening.
Right, exactly. Yeah, this is just a way for them to wow, I actually forgot that we actually did that. Now I have it all captured for forever. So this is great. And even getting little small makeup or jewelry, it just brings back flashbacks of that day for them.
Right. That's beautiful.
This is a reaction that the bride really wanted us to get. Mm-hmm. Getting both sides, just kind of positioning myself to get both of the reactions.
I love the emotion you got here.
Yeah,
it's great. And it's nice for me to see, too, as the entertainer. I see them, I talked to them beforehand and met with them beforehand, but to see all of what happened that I couldn't be present for myself and to see how it all came together for at the end of the reception. And it's beautiful to see this.
Yeah. So this is actually a 2-camera setup that we talked about earlier. I set up another camera to get a different angle. You see right here. Just getting a different view adds emotion to it. This is a pivotal end to the ceremony. Mm-hmm. I capture them in slow motion.
That's nice.
It really just grabs all the emotion. If it was in real time, it would go much quicker.
Sure.
Getting the Berkshire Mountains in the background, trying to incorporate that. The fall foliage is beautiful. That's another way for them to remember their special day. Capturing some funny moments. They always like that.
And Lindsay, the bride's mother, she was such a sweetheart too.
She was. Mm. Yeah, you got to get all the family involved as well into the video, because they're a pivotal part of the special day as well. Here I am just grabbing some shots before the reception starts. Getting some shots of the desserts before they're grabbed by all the guests. Mm-hmm. This is all before it gets a little bit darker, just trying to grab some of the guests there so they can remember who was there, what they were wearing.
Yeah.
This was all shot in slow motion as well.
Yep.
It really adds a different type of aspect to it. And them creeping around the corner here.
Being introduced by yours truly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They did it like right in front of me. It was perfect.
Yeah. So this is their first dance.
The first dance, yeah.
I think. Or right before
This
the
is
first dance. They might have done that before their first dance, actually. But
yeah,
this,
they
yeah,
did, okay.
here's the surprise that the groomsmen did and Kevin did for her. And she did not expect this. Kept this a secret from her, you know, and took a lot of care in doing that before.
Yeah, and that, as you could tell, it looked like it was shot in two different cameras. I got the first part of the dance in a different angle, and then the other part I ran around to the other side to get both Kevin and Lindsay's reaction to it.
We got everybody up on the dance floor immediately.
Yeah.
This was right from the moment into their choreographed dance, and that's a great shot there. Everybody on the dance floor. Awesome.
There you go.
Lindsay and Kevin. They were cool. Yeah, we still keep in touch too through Facebook. So that.
Oh, you do? Nice.
Yeah, a lot of great moments for that night. So.
Oh, of course.
Thanks for sharing that. How would you describe your style? Documentary, cinematic, or a mixture of both?
Well, Jim, I try to incorporate a little bit of each. I'm more on the cinematic side with the videos. I want the viewer to be really compelled, really involved in the video like they're actually there. They might have actually been at the wedding itself, but being cinematic, I use a lot of slow motion in the video. I incorporate a lot of video effects, transitions, stuff like that. With documentary, it's more still on a tripod. Grandpa put a camera on a tripod and just left it there. I try to get the viewer really involved, more on the cinematic side.
Do you find that couples prefer that too once you present that different style? Because the documentary style, correct me if I'm wrong, is from start to finish in the order that the event is occurring, as opposed to the cinematic, where you're taking different aspects of the day and you're putting them not in the same particular order and creating something different.
Correct. Yeah. Jim, a lot of couples come to me, they've seen a lot of samples of my videos, and I really try to make each video a little unique, and couples are very open to kind of just give me full control of the creativity wise. There are a few that like more of a documentary style from beginning to end, but I think it gives it a little twist when you know, sometimes I do a lot of slow motion or time is going backwards. It just makes it a little different, and people look at it and they're like, wow, that's really unique how he did it.
I think it's good too for couples to have the opportunity to see the differences between the two styles. One may take a liking to the documentary, one may take a liking to the cinematic. Will there be a second shooter, a stationary camera, or any other backup cameras on hand?
Yeah, it depends on what the couple's really looking for. We'll typically have a second videographer there. I'll also bring just another camera on a tripod just to have extra coverage in the back of the ceremony and the reception. But it really depends on how much coverage the couple wants. But I really like to have a second videographer there just to cover any material that I might not have covered, and just really gathering the whole event, getting everything captured.
So how do you work with couples to understand what type of video edit they want?
Yeah, well, we usually will set up a Skype interview with the couple, or maybe even meet them in person. I just really want to figure out what emotions they want to receive after people view it, what they really want to capture. You know, if they want to mock up a first look, figure out the couple's personality, and that works into how I edit the video as well. You know, if they want more energetic music or a little bit of more slower music, stuff like that. Just really trying to figure out the couple's personality is a big thing.
So how do you build a relationship and a rapport with the couples you're working with so they feel confident on their wedding day that things will be taken care of for them?
Yes, typically first interactions, we go through email with the couple, but then we will eventually speak on the phone with either or of the couple and just fine tune the details of the day, making sure we're going to be there on time, getting other vendors' contacts so we can reach out to them and coordinate things.
So speaking of vendors, bringing that up, how do you work with vendors that are at the wedding?
Yeah, that's really important for me to reach out to all the vendors. So it goes from DJ, maybe even to lighting, and just coordinating with them, getting on the same level of how you film. Like if you're more a behind the scenes type of filming, if you're back, in the crowd, or you're more getting involved, you just don't want to get in between maybe the DJ or, but you want to just let them know where your creative side is. And so you're on the same level. You don't want to connect really on the wedding day itself. You want to be getting details with them beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, lighting is really key. A lot of people might not think about that, but you really got to understand when the dancing begins or the toast. You got to know, if it's going to be a little bit darker, because then you got to calibrate your camera, and you don't have a lot of time. You can't tell people, no, we got to stop this. Let me calibrate my camera. It's not going to happen that way. So,
Right.
It's just figuring out, even the type of color of lighting so I could calibrate my camera. It's really key in making sure you get those moments, because the moment can come and go and you're not ready for it. So that's important that you know the details.
Greg, what's the best way for engaged couples to reach you?
Well, they can go to my website, gkessfilms.com/weddings. They could reach directly to my cell, 860-597-0291. On our website, they have a form they could fill out, goes directly to me. It gives me time to look at the details and then to reach back out to them. So it's better if they give me as much contact info back to me as possible so I could reach them quickly.
We hope this has been a great resource for you. And remember, all of this is put together for you because your event matters. Until next time, I'm Jim Collins. Thanks for watching.